Hi folks, welcome back to Modern Tanks Replays with the Mighty Jingles. Today we're in the American Tier 7 tank destroyer, the T25/2, the stablemate of the T25 AT tank destroyer. There are two tank destroyer lines in the American tree, one turreted, one without. This obviously is the turreted version. You're going to find in this video I'm going to talk a lot about the M18 Hellcat, which is the vehicle that you upgrade from to get to this. And the reason for that is because in a lot of ways the T25/T is a significant downgrade from the Tier 6 M18 Hellcat. And I'll tell you why. The T25 it's twice the size of the Hellcat. It's a bigger target. It's not as fast as the Hellcat. It has comparable agility to the Hellcat. It may even have a slightly better traverse, since the Hellcat's hull traverse got nerfed by 2 degrees per second in patch 7.4. Speaking of which, patch 7.4, Erlenberg, this is an encounter battle. One flag, both teams have to cap it. So if you haven't played that yet, this is an example of what to expect.
Looks like that one went right through.
Just gave a leopard a taste of the good news there. So yeah, the Hellcat versus the T25/T. The big problem is that the T25 AT, the T25/2's brother, it gets a 105mm gun, and the T25/2 doesn't. What it does get is a rotating turret, and that is the problem with the T25/2. That gun, well, it's a great gun on the Hellcat. I mean, it's reasonably fast firing. It's got a good aiming time.
Enemy is hit.
Does a respectable amount of damage. Has okay penetration, which is fine on a Tier 6 tank destroyer. Not so good on a Tier 7 tank destroyer, and that's where this tank's problems lie.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
It's fine for bullying Tier 5 and 6 heavies. It's fine for mopping up medium tanks, but this is a Tier 7 vehicle, and you can get into Tier 8, 9 and 10 games with this, and it just doesn't cut the mustard against Tier 8, 9 and 10 heavy tanks. I'm just going to save this Ferdinand's ass.
He's gone. Find another target.
And that's the only problem with the T25/2. It really doesn't compare favourably against the Hellcat, and it does feel like a significant step back when you upgrade to this. But unfortunately, you have to play the hand that you've been dealt, and if you want to get up to the T28 prototype and higher, this is the vehicle you have to play. And you can do quite well in it. I mean, I've got a bolter's medal in this thing. I don't know how the hell that happened, but somehow I managed it. And this isn't a bad game. I mean, it's a Tier 8 game, so we're not completely outclassed here. And I think I ended up with 3 kills, possibly 4, and damage a whole bunch of tanks. So it does okay, but you just feel as if you should have had something more.
Looks like that one went right through.
When you step up a tier, and in that respect it feels like a lot like going from the German Tier 5 Stug 3 to the Jagdpanzer IV.
Track hit.
You upgrade to what's supposed to be a better vehicle, and you think, well, what is that it? And that's kind of like what you get with this thing.
We nailed it bad.
I mean, it's by no means a bad vehicle, but it just feels as if it should have been better. And the T43 really doesn't have much of a gun mantle, and that's pretty much what this thing's good for. You're not a Ferdinand. You're not even a Jagdpanther. You really want to leave the bigger boys to other, leave the big targets to other people, and you support. You go for the lower tier heavy tanks. You take care of the medium tanks. You shoot at their tank destroyers. If you have to mix it up with the heavies, try and do it from the flanks. Because the gun,
Enemy is hit.
which is perfectly adequate on the Hellcat, it just isn't in the right class for a tier 7. So if you'd gone down the other American tier 7 tank destroyer line, you'd be sitting with the T25 AT, which doesn't have the turret that the T25/2 does, but it does get the 105mm gun, which you get on the T29 heavy tank, and it's a fantastic gun on the T29. It's the same gun on the tier 8 heavy tank. You are significantly undergunned in comparison to your peers when you're driving this thing, but you can still do well. As I said, I've got a bolter's medal in this, so somehow or other I managed to get 7 kills in a game. And there we go, we're about to camp. Tough fight, but we got a win. Parked next to me there, you can see the German premium, well, you could see it, the tier 8 premium 88mm armed Jagdtiger, which also did really well in this game. And that looks like it's going to be a very, very good moneymaker. I don't have one. I don't know anybody who does, but you keep seeing them pop up now, and they seem to do quite well. Speaking of doing quite well, 4 kills, damage 3, sniper. That's not something you get very often with this gun. 2,500 XP, so that's doubled obviously, and enough incoming credits to put me in credit from the end of this game. So yeah, it's not a bad machine. The T25/2 tier 7 American tank destroyer. It's not bad. I feel it should be better. You can have fun in it, but if you get into a tier 9 or 10 game, or even a tier 8 game, at times you can feel as if it underperforms. You just have to play it to its strengths. Go for the easier kills, soften up the big guys if you can from the sides and the rear, and don't be a hero. And good luck grinding it and getting to the T28 prototype. So that was the T25/2. You've been watching the Mighty Jingles, My World of Tanks replays. Hope you enjoyed the video.